But because this is private property, you cannot do it.
Why is that?
Because you can't. It's registered, but I'm not going into it. You can't take videos of the company and the product that we send out.
Of course I can. Here,
No,
can I just
can't.
tell you one more
It's
thing?
private property, you can't.
I'm about to fly a drone over and get some aerial shots.
No.
I'm definitely going to do that now.
So we can't allow any full filming of our site because of the nature of what we do. We're a pharmaceutical factory. We're Home Office registered with the licences. Security is the utmost.
I've just spoke to this lady here. She said the same thing. What prevents me from doing that?
I could think that you're scoping our site out to burglars.
Oh yeah, you could think anything, couldn't you? Really, you could think anything, really, couldn't you? You could think, yeah.
You could, pal. I mean, I don't want to fall out of it, but I mean, listen. How about? But if I call the police and get their thoughts on it and see what they think.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we've got a heated standoff between a drone pilot and private security outside a UK pharmaceutical site. What begins as a casual drone flight quickly escalates into a clash of rights, policies, and police intervention. The security team insists this is private property and that filming is banned, while the drone pilot calmly insists he's within his legal rights. But here's the twist. This isn't just a dispute about drones. This is about intimidation, misinformation, and the law itself. From Google Maps contradictions to police overreach, you're about to see exactly how ignorance of the law creates chaos. Stick with me.
I'm going to call the police and just say, look.
On what number?
I don't know yet.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, I'll have a bit and just say, look.
I'll be gone by the time they get here though, if you ring like 101 or whatever, and you can't dial 999, can you?
You can't send a drone over our site and have them film our site.
Why?
Because it's against our security policy.
Oh, yeah, your policy though, not law. It's not against the law, is it?
That's fine, but I don't know what the laws or drones are, but I would be fairly confident to think that surely it's not right to bring a drone onto private property and start filming our site. What if that drone landed on someone and hurt them? Just from a safety standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, what if there's a wagon, what if it distracts someone and they get injured? It's just, I can't, it's not right. Surely it can't be right. I can't say it's not legal because I don't know the law, but that's why I want to check with the police. I want to get their steer on it, but for me, can you stop what you're doing at the moment just whilst I...
Because as the tension builds, the officers show their hand, and it's not professionalism they're playing with. This is where the first big red flag appears. The guard insists filming is banned because of their policy, but here's the thing. Company policy does not override the law. In the UK, photography restrictions are extremely narrow, limited to military bases, nuclear facilities, and sites protected under the Official Secrets Act. A pharmaceutical plant doesn't qualify. Notice how he leans on the phrase security policy to make it sound official, hoping to scare the auditor into backing down. But the real question for you watching is this. How many people would cave under the pressure, mistaking policy for law?
Somebody could look at that footage and scope out our entire site and look at how the best way to burglars is.
Could they not do that with Google Maps?
No.
Why?
Because you're going to a much further detail. Yes, they could, but you're on about flying a drone in and going to full detail of our site.
Oh, I didn't say full detail. It's just a drone show. I'll be quite high up. I'm not going to be looking for. I won't be looking for your windows or anything like that. I'll probably be about 40 meters.
Let me know in the comments. Would you stand your ground here or walk away? Now pay attention to this tactic. The security guard admits he doesn't actually know the drone laws, yet he insists it can't be legal. His fallback? Hypotheticals. What if the drone falls? What if it distracts a driver? These what-if scenarios are designed to create fear, not enforce rules. But the Civil Aviation Authority already covers drone safety, from weight restrictions to flight altitudes. It's the pilot's job, not the guard, to ensure safe operations. This exchange highlights a classic control tactic.
Well, do you mind giving us your details?
My details?
Yes, your details.
I'd rather not.
Well, that's not the answer to the question that I asked though, is it? Would you mind, as in, are you going to, or are you going to refuse?
It depends what section of the law you're using when you request those.
I'm not using any section of the law.
Yeah, I'd rather not then, that's...
Why, do you think that you're guilty of committing a criminal offence? Because if you do, then I've got the power to demand that you give me a
Do I think I'm... No, it's the other way around.
Skirting around legislation.
When you don't have facts, you lean on fear, and that's exactly what's happening here. This moment is priceless. The guard claims drones could help burglars scope the site, but the auditor claps back with the obvious. Don't they already do that with Google Maps? And here's the kicker. He's right. High-resolution satellite images of nearly every building in Britain are freely available online. If criminals wanted to scope this site, they'd hardly need a drone. What we're seeing here isn't genuine concern for security. It's an attempt to exert control by making up rules that don't exist. And the hypocrisy? It's almost too easy to spot.
Activity. I'm just out here doing illegal activity, and that's it. I'm not breaking any laws and stuff, so I don't need to give you my details. So I'm not going to give you my details unless you use a section of the law that requires me to provide those details.
The way that I do my job is that I am well aware of my duty to the public. I want to speak to people in a conversational manner that will hopefully get a situation.
You're contradicting yourself though now.
How am I contradicting myself? You
said you're aware of all this kind of stuff. You're not. You walked up to me without even identifying. You're supposed to identify as soon as you go to practice.
I'm supposed to identify myself when I drive past you in my vehicle?
Yeah. You're supposed to walk up to me and say, "Hello, sir."
Enter the police and things take a sharp turn. From the first word, the officer's tone is hostile, not professional. He immediately asks for the pilot's details, but here's the problem. In UK law, officers can only demand your name under specific circumstances. If you're suspected of committing a crime, if they're issuing a penalty notice, or if it relates to antisocial behavior. The officer openly admits he has no section of law backing the demand, yet continues pressing. This isn't policing. It's coercion. And when the foundation of your authority is intimidation rather than law, you've already lost.
So we're giving you details to us.
I don't understand what your issue is. I'm confused.
You carry on with what you were going to say anyway.
Yeah, what we were saying is that we've come here because someone's called us.
Okay.
You are seemingly doing this because you've got a lot of free time, and they are at work, worried that what you are recording won't necessarily be for a means that they are happy with. So your footage, if it's basically published on the internet or something similar, could get into the hands of anybody that was wanting to use that footage for good or bad purposes. They manufacture pharmaceuticals at this site. Okay? So
this next part is jaw-dropping. The auditor points out that officers are required to identify themselves when engaging with the public. Instead of complying, the officer brushes it off, even mocking the idea of basic courtesy. Now, whether you're pro-auditor or pro-police, the law here is crystal clear. Transparency is not optional. An officer failing to identify creates distrust instantly. But what's worse is the arrogance. I don't have to call you sir. Technically true, but a complete failure of professionalism. Small words can show big attitudes, and here, the attitude screams disrespect. And here comes the officer's cheap shot, mocking the pilot's drone show.
You're not flying it over there, you're flying it over what is, in this vicinity, the most sensitive building that you could have chosen. So,
don't get too
goes
close.
Back to my question.
Yeah, go on.
Why have you done that?
No.
Oh, well, I'm just doing the drone show.
Yeah, I'm doing a drone show. I chose a building today. Why would I do a drone show over a plumbing business that's like this? That's tiny. It'd take me 4 seconds. Well, it'd take me 2 seconds to fly over that plumbing place, and it wouldn't produce such a good drone show, would it? That's your answer to that, isn't it?
I don't know who's plugging into your drone.
Yeah. Just thinking.
But wait a second. He then admits you can see the exact same site on Google Maps. Let that sink in. If overhead imagery is already free and accessible to millions, why is a drone suddenly a national security threat? The inconsistency here is glaring. When logic fails, insults and sarcasm take over. But all this really proves is that the officers had no lawful basis to interfere in the first place. This isn't about drones. It's about authority being challenged, and authority doesn't like losing. So what did we just witness? A masterclass in how ignorance of the law breeds conflict. Security staff leaned on company policy as if it were law.
And a drone over.
Well, whether or not they're bothered or not, you don't have to be here, do you? You've chosen to be. They come to work because they're employed here. So you've taken time out of your schedule to come here to seemingly antagonise people.
No, not seemingly antagonise people. You're Mr. Obvious. You're just quoting obvious things.
I'm just asking you for your name. It's a very simple question. I can't demand your name.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm saying to you is, if you know the answer to questions, don't ask them. And if you know why you don't have to give you your name, just decline. But don't get caught up in this, well, do you think I've committed a crime? I'm asking you if you can give me your name. That's all I'm asking you to do.
But you're saying obvious things that mean nothing. You've come out here and you're talking about stuff. You're saying, you've chosen to do this, you've chosen to do that. Does that, what's...
Officers arrived with hostility, demanded details without legal grounds, and even refused to properly identify themselves. Meanwhile, the drone pilot calmly cited the actual rules, stood his ground, and exposed the hypocrisy. Google Maps already offers a clearer view than his drone ever could. This wasn't about safety. It wasn't about security. It was about control. And when authority figures substitute arrogance for knowledge, they erode the very trust they're supposed to uphold. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments.
If and I don't believe it to be suspicious, I'll let you on your way. That's absolutely fine.
You
I just find the way that you go about interacting with me very peculiar.
This is another thing. You're saying things like, I'll let you go on your way. You can't stop me going on my way.
I'm not stopping.
Yeah, exactly. So don't say silly things like that.
Right.
Don't say
Are you ready to leave now?
No, I'm not ready to leave now. I'm going to stay a little bit longer now.
So what will you be doing then?
I've literally got to go around that way and get the drone show from that side, because you have to keep line of sight of the drone. So if I stand here and fly it right over there, gate 3's right round the other side.
Right, so you're not going to access their facility?
I'm not going to go in. I never go onto people's premises. That's the whole point of this thing. I'm out in public doing a lawful activity. I'm just out in public doing a lawful activity, and you guys turn up anyway. Yeah, so
the conversation would have been a lot shorter if you'd just given me your name. I could have checked you, and then we could have gone, yeah, he's not recorded. Or if he is, then we've got something to talk about, then, haven't we?
Well,
we could have just gone on from there.
I can tell you now, I'm not.
And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping breakdowns of police, security, and courtroom clashes. Because as today proved, knowing your rights isn't just smart, it's essential.
I don't want to, and I know who you share the PNC with, so...
Well, you know more than me, because I don't.
You're not.
I mean, can I just query one thing? You are wearing a mask with a massive hole in it, you know that?
Yeah, because you guys are recording.
Yeah, so are you wearing that to cover your identity?
Because I don't want to be on your footage.
The irony here is unbelievable.
You're wearing it before we arrived.
You've come to me. I've not come to you to ask to be on your footage.
You don't like being on footage.
No, I didn't say I don't like being on footage. I said I don't want to be on your footage. I haven't walked up to you and walked up to your camera.
So you don't want to be on footage, but you think it should.
Camera. Basically, like, yeah, I never put people on camera. What I do is I record the building, and people come to me. People come onto my camera. You've been here for a long time, wasting taxpayers' money. But yeah, go on.
The concept of time is a bit skewed. I haven't been here for a long time at all. I've been here for about 5 minutes. That's not a long time.
To me, that is just for this. Just for this.
I just don't understand why you say to me that you don't like people recording you, but you think it's your God-given right to record anybody.
I didn't say that, but you don't need to understand that anyway. Just it's just time to crack on and go find some crime. You know what I mean?